Here's all the different seasonings I use. I use this original blend high mountain jerky. It comes with directions there. There's for the ground meat, and it shows you how to mix it for all the different pounds of whatever. I got 5 pounds, so I'm going to use the bottom line. And then here's all my different seasonings I use. I'm videotaping this so I can give it to Cox. So I use this blackening, and I use that more spice. Use a lot of hickory grill, a little Cajun pepper, a little slap your mama, a little cowboy, some of this Greek salt, tons of Lowry's. And I've started using more of this year. It's really good. It's this called Smoky Montreal Steak. I pour that in there. And then I'll mix all this stuff together. I'll turn this back on here in a second and show you all that stuff. Okay, the first thing I'm going to put in is the seasoning. It says here that it takes the darker colored stuff, 3 tablespoons of this. That package is about empty, so. This, you don't have to be real exact on this, because you're going to add all this other stuff, so it doesn't really make much difference. The creamy colored stuff, though, you got to be pretty close on.
Later.
See ya. So the cream colored is 2 tablespoons and 2 teaspoons. Okay. And then 2 teaspoons. All you gotta do is just follow the directions. Not too tough. Okay, that's all the stuff from that you put in there. Now, if you just put just that in there, it wouldn't taste very good because there's nothing in there. So then this is where you add all the extra stuff. And I don't measure anything, so. When you're doing whole muscle stuff, it always seems like you're getting an awful lot in there, but that's okay. So I just mix a whole bunch of Lowry's in there. Now I've started using this blackened seasoning stuff. I kind of like that. It's got a little flavor. Just pour it in there. Kind of just cover the top of whatever the layer was before. It's kind of what I do. Throw a little more. A little hickory. This is good stuff here. Put that in there. And then the Smoky Montreal. That's good stuff. Just kind of cover up whatever you got in there. Another layer. And I put a little bit more of this more spice. That's pretty good stuff. Put that in there. And give her a little zip, I put a little cayenne pepper in there. Gives it a little zip. And then, some Nate likes that stuff. I'm not real fond of it, so I don't put very much of it in usually. Big shakes of that's about all I want. All this all Greek stuff. That's about it. We'll slap your mom if you want. That's good stuff. Then you just stir it all up. And on here it tells you how many how much water too just read the directions. Let's see, you put a quarter cup of water in for every pound, so I've got 5 pounds, so I'll put in a cup and a quarter. Yeah, cup and a quarter of water. Just kind of mix it in there, and I'll show you how I need that in there in a second. And then once you got all your seasonings and stuff all stirred up, you got to mix them up real good, make sure that cures all in there, and then after you've added everything, mix her up real good. And just pour her in there on the meat. I know it looks like an awful lot. And then make sure you measure out the amount of water it says on the chart. I did about 5 pounds, so just a cup and a quarter of water. And pour that in there. Then you just stick your hands in there and just start kneading it. You got to do this for probably 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. And then once it gets good and sticky and really starts sticking to your hands, then you know it's about done. And then once you get that done, I just take them and put them in Ziploc bags like that. Just fill them about half full and seal them up and stick them in the fridge overnight. And then tomorrow, after they've sat in the fridge for a while, 24 hours or so, then I get my jerky shooter out, and I'll video that tomorrow when I get ready to do that. But you just stir her up, just squish her through. You gotta get all that stuff mixed in there really good. Alright, that's it for this part. Now once you got everything set in the fridge for overnight, then you just load up. I have a jerky cannon, a very large cannon, and then you just fill it full and take out the trays of your dehydrator. I got 2 round ones and a big shelf one. Then just squirt it out here on your trays, thusly. And when that one gets full, you just stick it in, start another tray, just keep going. I got 10 pounds of this I gotta get done, so that's how you do her. It's supposed to be prettier than that. Shoot her out there just like that. I just soon not go all the way across because then it gets too hard, so I just put it in a half strip, and then just, that's all there is to it. Alright. Okay, here I am back. I did sliced up a bunch of stuff. I used the same seasoning for the ground stuff that I do for the whole muscle stuff. That's all those back there. Now when you get all done, you need to divide it into 2 containers because you have to season both sides of the meat. Okay. I know a couple of people wanted to see how we sliced it. Here's kind of what it looks like slicing. I'm going to hand it off here. This is loin here, so it's pretty good meat. But you want to, I have an electric fillet knife, and I just try to cut it fairly thin. You don't want it paper thin. Cut it all out here. Cut off your fingers. Okay, then you gotta, I always pound out so it's nice and flat and everything's pretty even. So I just lay it all out like that. I just take my little meat hammer. You don't have to hit it really hard. Just kind of smoosh it out so it's all kind of even and flat. Yeah. It's all kind of smooth. Then I always lay it on wax paper. Just take your pieces over there, set them all out like that. And you take your seasoning and you just go through and you just season one side of it, take one container and it'll season all of this. And then when you get done with that one, you gotta flip every single one of these over, flip them over like this, and then you take the other bottle and season the other side. And then once I get that all done, then I just put them in plastic bags and stick them in the fridge overnight. And then the next day I throw them on the dehydrator. I've got my 3 dehydrators going right now with the ground stuff. I got one up here, over there, so I'm doing about 10 pounds of ground right now, and this is going to be about 14 pounds of whole muscle stuff. I got to do this, not right there yet, but other than that, that's it. Takes a lot of time. Have to have a couple of beers when you do it.